What's up everybody, Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're playing off-lane Greystone. Greystone is great for pushing lanes, keeping up pressure, and all around just being hard to deal with. I recommend building him as a bruiser, so you need almost a full team rotation to actually go down. Now pick up Centurion, a health potion, and a healer token, and let's get into this deck. As the offlaner, I always like to start with my ward, and I have a 6-point Sage's ward with 1 point in health. I then follow this up with a 5-point Madstone gem, and a 6-point Adamant Edge with 1 point in health. Next, I try to get my Quenching Scales online. This is a 7-point card and really allows me to stay in lane a lot longer. Next, I go into a 10-point Whirling Wand, all power. Now I'll start building tank. I have a 10-point Tempered Plate with 4 points in guard, and a 10-point Tuned Barrier with 4 points in barrier. I then get into my Thermobond or my Purity Sensor. These two cards are strictly interchangeable. One is strictly for dealing with Aurora. If we don't have an Aurora or I don't need the Purity Sensor, I go for my 8-point Thermobond with its 5 points in health. If not, I get the 8-point Purity Sensor with 2 points in health. But just know, if you have to get a Purity Sensor, you will not get to max build. I then upgrade my Sage's Ward to just a 10-point version, and my deck's complete. Alright, now let's look at some gameplay. Now as the offlaner, it's very important just to stay alive. You really don't want to go down these first 5 to 10 minutes, or especially until you hit level 5. And with Greystone, hitting level 5 means you can start being really aggressive and even pick up a kill sometimes. So I would highly recommend just kind of hanging back, staying far enough away from your minions to still get experience, but don't even try to go for last hits. Now there's a lot of people that take that off-lane jungle camp, and to be quite honest, I do not prefer to take that. Maybe with a hero that has more of a sustain, I could see it being beneficial. But for me, I would rather save that health potion and not risk being at, half health or so, and just kind of stick around and get the experience. You might miss a little CXP farm, but you might have to go back to base to recharge with health sooner because, those little minions do a lot of damage since they're just straight hitting you. Here we are at 5 minutes, and Chimera has a great rotation. Their ADC was just pushed up a little bit too far, and we're able to get a really easy kill on her. If we just kind of leave Narbash alone, it's not worth it. Later on in the game, I actually chase him into the tower and end up getting my first death. Or it might have been my second. But, he's been thunking me a little bit and it's, making me angry. So, but, yeah, we just kind of let him go, and I'm going to get back into my farm. I'm now level 5. I'm not scared of being right in the middle of these minions. At this point in the match, my damage output is probably just as good as Sparrow's, and with my Reforge and my ability to block a basic attack, I believe at rank 2 it's every 8 seconds, she's not going to be able to do near enough damage to me to, really push me out of lane. Well, I've got 5 points, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up my ward, and I'm going to start on my Madstone. Yeah, so here's this Narbash. He's just been really annoying. He's not capable of doing a whole lot to me, but he just keeps thunking me, and I'm kind of getting irritated with him, so he's doing his job great, and I end up chasing him into this tower, and, I'm gonna get this kill, and I actually go down for it. It's pretty embarrassing, but, hey, I showed him, I guess. So here at 10 minutes in, I rotate to the safe lane. I finally got our ADC and our support to rotate to that lane, which they actually did it because I died, but I finally was able to convince them to, hey, y'all stay over there. I'll keep pressure up in this lane, and hopefully I can push this lane into this tier 2 tower, and they can just really stay over there and have a 2v2 lane and really get just a ton of farm. One great thing about being able to do that, if our tier 1 tower is still up, that means our carry's most likely going to be ahead of their carry. And if you put them in the same lane, that means our carry's, she's not going to out-farm. Our Yin is not going to out-farm their Sparrow, but our Yin will just maintain that, gap. Now, their Greystone tried to challenge me for whatever reason with even out his ultimate, and I was just able to melt him. I really like having this early game damage. Greystone really does do a lot of damage with his make away, and I typically like to build him damage in the beginning, and then mid to late game you switch over to that tank. Me and Countess are able to push this into this tier 2 tower at about 12 minutes in, get a little bit of damage on it. Unfortunately, we didn't get a whole lot, but, we're doing progress, and, that's really the one thing I like about Greystone. He just pushes lanes, and if you see me here, I'm really healthy. I am slightly low on mana, but that's okay. I'm going to go over here and help secure these raptors, and, we're just going to keep pushing lanes, keep pressure up. That's where Greystone really strives. It's not in team fights or anything like that. It's strictly in every time someone gets out of lane, or the enemy gets out of lane, Greystone is there to put pressure on that tower. And that is where he really helps the team. It's not so much in team fights. Now, I was able to pick up another kill on Greystone, and unfortunately I had to back because I was probably at about 100 health, but I did have my ult. I just didn't want to waste it. But I went ahead and backed, and then I, go right back into that safe lane, push that tier 2 tower, and we're able to down it. And if you notice, my team, they're really, everybody's kind of sticking in a lane, and I've just been constantly pushing this safe lane. Now that it's downed, I'm going to head back, get my gold buff, not really worry about pushing up to that inhib. I'd really like to make some progress on another tier 2 tower before I'm, worried about actually pushing inhibs. We've got a lot of kill chasing in this match so far, and so, when you're on a team that's chasing kills like that, you really want to, you have to take it upon yourself to play the objectives. If you just jump in with them and, chase kills along with them, you're still going to end up in the same spot. Like, if you notice here, our tier 1 safe lane tower's going down, but, there's a big pile of enemies right there in the middle, and it's, hey, let's just go ahead, play the objective. If we lose this tower, that's fine, but objectives wins games way more often than kills win games. Now, their Greystone ends up dying for this tier 1 tower, and that's one thing I would never recommend for any hero, is dying for a tower. If you're a support and you're carries defending a tower, I could see staying in to help him out and, maybe dying to save his life. But you should never die for a tier 1 tower. The tier 1 towers are meant to fall. It actually makes farming much, much easier if they do go down. You should never sacrifice yourself for a tier 1. If you're at, 30 minutes and you haven't got any tier 2s down, yes, go ahead, you make the play, push a tier 2 tower so you can kind of get some, progress on things. And if you die for it, that's fine. But never do it for a tier 1 tower. Me and FaZe head over to this tier 2 tower, and we've got a decent minion wave with us, and we're going to get this tower. This is no problem at all. Their Narbash actually heads over here, and for whatever reason, FaZe decides to pull me out. And, hey, I'm healthy. I've got my ultimate. I'm going to stay in there. I really think with that little bit of time that I lost from, her pulling me, I could have made a lot of different plays, but I'm going to down this tower. We've had very little progress so far, and I'm ready to start making some plays and things like that. I've got a huge rotation on me, and that's really freeing up my team to actually make some progress. Their Wukong is actually able to down our tier 2 tower and even push to this inhib completely uncontested. As I said before, our team is really chasing kills, and sure, chasing kills gets you farm, but it very seldom wins games. It's much better to play the objectives, push lanes, keep pressure up, and you can get small little picks here and there. Now here I am back in safe lane, pushing this tower, keeping pressure off. Wukong and Greystone are both over here. I let them kind of hit me a little bit, I hit them a little bit, and then just run away. I'm going to go find another lane to put some pressure on. Luckily, our Countess is putting pressure on the left side, so, we were able to pick up Prime since both of our lanes are pushed, and, there's no attention on Prime at all, so we're able to pick that up and really push down mid. Now, with this Prime, we're able to actually close this game out. I'm clearing out these minion waves to really get them pushing. My team's out there, doing some damage on the enemies. We've already got 2 of them down. They actually pick up another 2. But our safe lane is being pushed pretty hard by Greystone, and Countess is there. Well, I'm not sure what this Greystone's building, but if a Countess came up to me to try to hurt me, I'd, basically laugh at her. So I'm going to go back and make sure that he doesn't push to our core. And luckily he didn't. With them having a 4-pick and, a decent minion wave with them, we were able to close this game out. Well, as this video wraps up, I'd just like to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, show me some love. Maybe subscribe. If there's anything I can do to improve, let me know and I'll be sure to get back with you. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.